Hey brothers and sisters, it's Aeon, also known as Odd Crisis, and this video is about the false prophets and the signs of the wonders and the signs of the prophets showing signs and stuff like that and wonders and stuff like that. In Matthew 24, you're somewhere around there. It's here. It's here. Some of your false prophets, I would say Islam, that they got all these people believing a lot of that, whatever that nonsense it is. I'm not going to go into their book because I don't care about it. I just know it ain't the truth. And the false prophet today that is really, really deceiving the Christians that I see on YouTube right now is these New Agers. I used to be one of these New Agers. They are in deception right now. They still don't realize it. They still haven't been woken up to what's actually going on, to what they're believing and stuff like that. See, the reason why these New Agers think that they have truth is because they have a piece of it. Only because they have a half-truth. Because they are taught something that most people don't know about, but they think that they're going through all truth, but it's not. It's just a half-truth. This is how Satan, he deceives people with half-truth. He don't just straight up tell you a lie. He mixed lies into it. Remember what happened in the Garden of Eden when he deceived Eve in the garden? And she got to Adam and deceived him. Remember how that played out when he told them that they will be like gods? He lied to her, but then he told her a little bit of truth, knowing good and evil, which she would know good and evil when they ate of that fruit. He mixed it in. This is how he tricks people. And this is how the New Agers are being tricked. And they think that, they say, fallen angel told me this or showed me this, or saying, I'm a fallen angel, says one of the ones. Do you guys remember what fallen angels was? Those angels that were kicked out of heaven. And he can't possibly be a fallen angel anyways, because he's a human being. Humans aren't angels. We are just humans. And when we go to heaven, we're not going to go to heaven with wings. We're not going to have wings. We're going to go to heaven as human beings. And unfortunately, if they don't get out of what they are in, they are going to burn for it. They're going to suffer. They are going to suffer. The Groks too. The Groks and one of the ones, they are those people who are showing those wonders that the Bible's been talking about. These New Agers. They are amongst those group of people who are showing the wonders that are deceiving many people right now. They see that they're like showing these maps on Google Earth and stuff like that and painting out godly images and stuff. But, they're just like those people that God said in the Bible that they hold this form of godliness but deny the power thereof. So they do believe there is a God. Yeah, the New Agers do believe there is a God. But they do not believe it the way we do. They deny Jesus. They do not know how to preach the gospel. They do not know how to teach it. They'll teach from their understanding, from the New Age perspective. And they're just deceiving babes. They're just deceiving people. And, this is not a slander. This is me putting out the truth out there. I used to be a New Ager. I know how those people think. They got you, the big teachers, they really got you thinking that you're like this really special, highly anointed, advanced person and stuff like that. This ascended being is how they get you to thinking. And they get you thinking that way because they have taught you these crazy demonic witchcraft form of kind of teachings that we shouldn't even be getting into because it's corrupted knowledge. And when you touch that stuff, it's another reason why God didn't say much about that stuff in the Bible, because not everything in this universe we aren't supposed to know about. We're supposed to stay simple, not know about all these other things. Because when you start getting into it, you start to fall away. You start getting really interested in stuff like that. You start wandering off into your lusts. and following your own ways when you get into that stuff. That's why God didn't teach us it. That's why Adam and Eve wasn't supposed to eat the tree of life, that knowledge of good and evil. If they had stayed simple and not know that stuff, they would not be in trouble. And these, there is a lot of truth to what they teach, but there's so much false in what they believe. A few of the truths, like, the stuff that I use to practice, like astral projection, when your spirit leaves your body, when your subconsciousness is like leaves out your body, your physical body is asleep, but your spiritual body is outside. This is not a dream. This is reality. This is real. This can really happen. And it's happened to many people that I know too. And it's becoming more and more big. The new age is like, yeah, it's really getting big. Like, when I had my first astral experience, when my spiritual body left my physical body, it didn't fully leave because I was terrified when it first happened. When it first happened, I was lying in my bed and I was looking at the ceiling, and all of a sudden my eyes shut, closed, and then I felt this really powerful vibration. I was scared as heck because it literally felt like something was grabbing my soul, and I really felt this. It felt like something was grabbing my soul, pulling it out of my body, and I saw this flash of light. After that, I rejected it. I was like, I don't want this. And then it stopped, and I woke up, I rolled over, and I went to sleep. Ever since then, I realized that there is so much to this reality that most people don't know about. And I was going down the wrong path because I thought that was the truth. Like, that's what I should have been following. And that's just another way the devil deceiving us. He's tricking us. He's just tricking us. Yes, there is a little truth to that new age stuff, but there is still a lot of false and corrupt knowledge into it that we shouldn't even be digging into. You playing with fire right there, because a lot of that stuff is witchcraft that they do, and then they try to teach it on to us. We shouldn't even be knowing this stuff. It's wicked. It's like witchcraft. It is a lot of witchcraft into it. And I've learned so much from it. I have learned, like, doing the lotus position and like balancing out your body energy and healing people and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of real stuff about that. And I don't want to go into detail or tell you my story about that stuff. But they don't realize that they're like getting themselves ready for hell. They're like aligning themselves up to the Bible, like the seven sand skirts of the chakra. You can look that up. Aura, seeing auras and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is real, but you don't know what you're getting yourself into when you're messing with this stuff. They're aligning themselves up with Lucifer, and they saying that they're communicating with aliens, and they not knowing. If you could take a look at my one of my older videos, forgot what it's called, the alien deception or something like that. Yeah, these aliens are just demons. They're demons. They're not these characters from this other universe. They're fooling these people to think that they are these interdimensional beings that have this amazing amount of knowledge, which they really do have this amazing amount of knowledge about our bodies that we don't know about. But they're going to use that against us, take our ignorance to their advantage, because they know so much about us that we do not know. Yeah, these demons, fallen angels, they know so much about us that we don't know, that God did not teach us and he did not want us to know about. Same thing again, referencing back to Adam and Eve. That's stuff they shouldn't have known about. They should have just left it alone. They left it alone, they would have still been in heaven. They would have been fine. They would have been in the Garden of Eden. Everything would have been good and the land wouldn't have to gotten cursed. But they just had to go dig into that, like, oh man, so tempting. I'm gonna feed it to my husband too. Stop following these new age believers. They get themselves ready for hell. And you guys need to be very, very, very December, whenever this solar flare is supposed to happen or whatever, that there's going to be this big, huge shift, this magnetic shift, and that basically these new age or these indigo children are going to be in this heavenly like 5-dimensional place, and all the evil people, like, you know, everybody else who are not like them, they're just going to be stuck here on this earth in a different dimension, different reality, separated. You know, just some very complicated nonsense, and it's just lies. So you guys need to stop following these false shepherds. I mean, I'm not even the only person who just exposed these two people. One of the ones in the Groks, they're into some satanic stuff, so you guys need to leave them alone. Unsubscribe, unfriend them, and leave them alone. Stop fellowshipping with them. You're letting the wolves in with us. They don't care about your soul. They only want to save the flesh, not the soul. Ain't gonna be no flesh spared. A lot of cruel things and a lot of bad things are gonna happen to us, and it's gonna suck. But in the end, you're gonna have heaven. Stop following those false shepherds. They are the signs and wonders and deceiving. God bless you all. Shalom.